Macarena. Ayy, put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Ayy, Macarena. Aight, ayy, Macarena. Put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Ayy, Macarena. Ayy, Macarena. Bitches on my stick, but my name ain't Harry Potter. She lick it up, make it disappear like Tata. She asked for some dollars, not a bitch. And I'm in this bitch for my click. I'ma throw 20 racks on the bitch. 3 phones on my lap, world on my back. She gon' be tapped in if a nigga tap. You look like someone that I used to know. Undefeated with the bitches, I'm invincible. Diamond said invisible. Nigga, I invented you. Want me to be miserable, but I can never miss a hoe. Hey, Macarena. Put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Hey, Macarena. Aight, hey, Macarena. Go. Put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Hey, Macarena. Aight, hey. I find a spot, then I post up. Bitches wanna know if I'm single, tell her yes, sir. And I see you dance on the gram, tell her shake some. I ain't even gon' lie, I'ma eat the choncha. Yeah, and I like it when she got the toes out. Yeah, get you bites down, now you glowed out. Got a new bitch, took a new route. She a rock star, that's no doubt. I'ma fight to the flame, don't be burning me out. I'm the nigga that she told you not to worry about. Why you think she in a rush when she leaving the house? I'ma sip, I'ma dip. Hey, Macarena. Put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Yeah, hey, Macarena. Aight, hey, Macarena. Put the chopper on the nigga, turn him to a sprinter. Bitches on my dick, tell him give me 1 minute. Hey, Macarena.
Tell him I got the juice shit. From Adams all the way out to school shit. The bitches gon' choose ya. I'm a fucking, I'ma give her the boot, yeah. You a real nigga, you already know, sir. Louis and Irene, I only smoke Louis or Irene. It's the perk with the lean. Shout to my nigga AD. You made it on your own, that remind me of me. Still screaming all out, pushing ink. Going to my niggas till I BIP. I bought 20 pistols and a whole lot of ammo. Ever since I could remember, we been jumping out the bando. Nigga, what it took? If you got an issue, somebody better tell him, nigga, I got the juice.
Hey, D, I got the juice like Pac, blood. 500 games in LA, can't nobody stop, blood. Nigga with the shit, yeah. Fuck your bitch, yeah. Let a nigga slip, yeah. Full flip, yeah. I got the juice, yeah. Minute Maid, man, I got the juice, yeah. Lemonade stand, get a spray can. Hit up on the walls, my nigga. Won't shit move in the city unless I'm involved, my nigga. Grocery bags, I got the juice. By the way, organic shit, I eat the fruit out your name. But she scared of a gangster when he tipsy. I feel like me, the first time he fucked Nicky.
Tell him I got the juice. Look, wait a minute. Tell him I got the juice. Look, by the way. Tell him I got the juice. Look, wait a minute. Tell him I got the juice. By the way. I told him I would get it. Niggas, they didn't listen. And Juice took over the city. Ain't heard your songs in a minute. Can't turn the channel, you hear it. No major, I'm independent. You falling off, no, you feel it. Bet you that it hurts when you look yourself in the mirror. The man now feeling like Michael Jackson in the spirit. I'm flying Virgin Gales, I got tired of coaching with spirit. Rather rocking up pivot, y'all wall with me with lyrics. Had the game in the kids, go Compton is mine, nigga. My GD keep it funky, got bombed it online, nigga. Didn't come this far to feelings, you out of your mind, nigga. The future of the coast, I'm way out of my time, nigga.
Now how many hoes wanna suck this dick? 4 to 6 months, now I'm so damn rich. Gotta talk that talk, gotta walk that walk. Try to pull up, then I'm gonna go. Your daddy want this race, gotta
I don't stop until I break a sweat. Ooh, wet. I keep dripping, hit him with finesse. Ooh, wet. Every day I wake, I know I'm blessed. Ooh, wet. Pull up like I barely hit the net. Ooh, wet. I don't stop until I break a sweat. Sweat. Ooh, wet. I keep dripping, hit him with finesse. Sweat. Ooh, wet. Every day I wake, I know I'm blessed. Ooh, wet. Pull up like I barely hit the net. Wet. Sweat. Ooh, wet. Sweat. Ooh, wet. Sweat. Ooh, wet. Sweat.
请场上的球员停止赛前练习，我们的比赛马上就要展开。请场上的球员停止赛前练习，谢谢。 同时提醒所有的观众朋友，我们今天的活动呢马上就要开始了，所以也请所有的球迷朋友可以回到位置上面，即将要开始今天的比赛。也请球迷朋友呢可以把折扇准备好，还没有换的话呢，可以利用你的票根到南门口的摊位来换折扇。谢谢大家。好的，现场的球迷朋友，还有所有今天到场的伙伴们，大家好，欢迎来到的是2023二世赛季的季前热身赛。P.LEAGUE 的热身赛要展开，那也象征的在篮球季就要开始了。欢迎大家呢回到篮球场上，一起来欣赏精彩的热身赛。我是今天的主持人杨振磊。那今天呢非常开心，因为呢我们今天来到的是基隆哦，所以激战雄霸是我们这次的 slogan。因为在去年的时候，高雄一期直播钢铁人呢办了比赛，在热身赛是在高雄来进行。那今年呢很特别，我们要把南部的阳光带来雨都基隆，也要让大家感受一下篮球的热力。所以呢，从今天热身赛展开，10月份亚运哦，大家也都很关心，也慢慢的要收尾告一段落，篮球季正式的开始了。所以在这边也非常感谢所有的球迷能够到现场一起来支持台湾的篮球。那我们今天连假的第一天就要送上2场的比赛，所以也请大家呢可以不吝惜你们的掌声，还有欢呼声，一起来帮球员打气加油。好，在这边呢要先跟大家来介绍今天第一场热身赛的贵宾。首先为您介绍的是基隆市市长谢国良市长，欢迎市长，欢迎。再来为您介绍的是基隆市政府教育处刘美兰处长，欢迎刘处长。基隆市政府教育处保健科徐艳丽科长，欢迎科长。再来是基隆市立体育场林柏树厂长，欢迎厂长。厂长在这边。好，这次我们要感谢基隆这边提供场地，让我们 P.LEAGUE 的季前热身赛连续3天，10月7号、8号、9号要来这边来进行，也请大家这3天可以多多的进场。我们接下来马上要为大家送上的是今天热身赛的第一场比赛。第一场比赛将由新竹工程师出战福尔摩沙梦想家。现在要为大家介绍的是福尔摩沙梦想家客场球队名单。Number 0背号0号陈正杰。Number 3背号3号吴家俊。Number 8背号8号王正源。Number 18背号18号杨胜燕。Number 21背号21号简浩。 Number 24背号24号辛沃克 Randall Walker， 背号42号 Number 42布伊德 Julian Boy。Number 88背号88号周博成。接下来为大家介绍福尔摩沙梦想家先发5人名单。背号5号 Number 5麦卡洛 Chris McCollum。背号6号 Number 6贝萨尼舍维利 George Besanishvili。Number 11背号11号林俊杰。背号23号 Number 23钱肯尼 Kenny Chen。背号28号 Number 28卢冠良。总教练 Head Coach Adam James Perman， 助理教练赖柏林、陈世念、蔡明达，球员发展总监田磊，总经理韩俊凯。接下来为大家介绍本场比赛主队新竹工程师球员名单。Number 0背号0号张杰伟。Number 1背号1号施延宗。Number 2背号2号江广谦。Number 5背号5号宋宇轩。Number 7背号7号曾博玉。Number 12背号12号李佳瑞。Number 23背号23号吕其敏。背号24号 Number 24布朗 Taylor Brown。接下来为您介绍这场比赛新竹工程师先发5人名单。背号3号 Number 3王子刚。Number 4背号4号高国豪。背号6号 Number 6克拉 Earl Clark。Number 8背号8号朱云豪。以及背号32号 Number 32 Daniel O'Shafer 欧师傅。总教练林冠伦，助理教练沈星汉、陈泽宇、米特罗维奇、黄胜富，总经理张树仁。现在请双方球员进行赛前热身。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Welcome to the 2023-2024 Plus League preseason series here at G01, located at the northeast corner of the island of Taiwan. It's about a 45-minute drive from the capital. And for the first time in Plus League history, we bring our game to a city without a Plus League ball club. And over the Double 10 long weekend, the 6 Plus League teams will each play 2 games. Our first matchup, funny enough, is the Hsinchu Lioneers against the Formosa Dreamers, 2 teams whose title sponsorship just so happened to expire. Looking forward to what they'll sign up next for their forward progress in the Plus League. In the later game, we have the Taipei Furlong Braves against the Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers. This preseason stop is hosted and joined by the Steelers and the Plus League, and taking care of the Mandarin commentating is on the left, 左周快 and the right, 蔡晴晴。各位朋友们，你找到的英文转播喽，要看我们官方的中文转播，就按照中文的转播连接。谢谢您的收看，记得我们的转播都要按赞。I'm Ryan Chen, taking care of the English broadcast on my own for the weekend, but it's really exciting to have the Plus League brand of basketball going on. It's been a very busy summer, of course. Looking at the international schedule, there was the collegiate games, there was the FIBA World Cup, and just concluding yesterday was the Asian Games. If you're looking at the Chinese Taipei schedule, and of course, don't forget the interleague games hosted by the Chinese Taipei Basketball Association at Heping Gymnasium. Now we do have several weeks before the start of the regular season. That start date and the schedule to be announced. And in the preseason, to get everybody acclimated, actually different rules to the player registration and player active roster. No limits to the number of import players that can be registered. They're point number 1. Point number 2, no limits to the import players on the active roster. But in the preseason, unlike the regular season, 2 imports are allowed on the floor for every single quarter, 1 through 4, whereas in the regular season, only 1 import in the 4th quarter. But point number 4, every game, each team is only allowed to have 13 active players. Really no limits on the local player side, including international students and overseas Chinese. Well, on the Dreamer side, they're bringing back a lot of familiar faces, and really the only new guy there you saw on screen, Georgie B, the Georgian import player, the Shani Vili. On the Lioneers side, they also have some new faces to introduce, and we have on screen, on the left corner is Wang Zigang, Liu Guangsang, Zhou Boxing, Shi Yanzong, and Zhang Jiwei, Jamarcus. They're new additions. They parted ways under the green title Guo Shaojie and Evoca. On the import side, on the bottom, they have Martino registered. He's coming back. So starting from the top, Earl Clark, Taylor Braun, and their new center, Daniel Oshefu, who did get to play with them previously. We'll get to all those details as we go. So the Lioneers last year, after finishing 6th place in the Plus League, hoping to turn that around and maybe have some quote-unquote even year magic, to borrow a concept from the San Francisco Giants. So they weren't active participants, but they were invited as an exhibition team for the FIBA International Cup, basically the World Championship of Club competition that took place in Singapore. They played a local Singaporean team, and led by coach Greg Lin Guanlun in his 4th season after last year getting a extension on his contract. Lioneers overall have 18 players registered for the preseason. On the Dreamer side, they have the least turnover. Top left, they signed their drafted and signed, I should say, Ding Guan Hao out of Tsinchu University. But Chris McCullough's back for another year. We talked about Georgie B real briefly. Julian Boyd is back after a year at SPL Zhanghua Bolili, and Brandon Gilbeck's in his 3rd year with the Dreamers. On the way out, there's only number 14, Jeff Wuyong-Sun, who's actually still in mainland after Chinese Taipei finished off their participation, and the crown was taken by Nogales Filipinas. The Dreamers last year finished in 4th place after falling to the Kings in the first round of the playoffs. The Dreamers are bringing 18 with them to the preseason. As mentioned, they have the least turnover. According to my notes, 2 free agents, including Julian Boyd, who I mentioned before was a former Dreamer when they took and fell to the Braves in season 2 in the double overtime game. So if you count him, 3 new faces for 17% of the roster, with obviously the opposite being 83% of the returners. So that is a very small turnover rate versus maybe the Lioneers and the Steelers, both at about 44%. Mahan will be the crew chief for this preseason matchup. And now we get to the starters. Hsinchu, Earl Clark, the most recent signing for the Lioneers. Hong, their first overall pick from a couple years ago. Quickly over to the Dreamer side, Chris McCullough, Georgie B, Kenny Chen's in there, along with Achi, Lin Junqi, and number 28, Wu Guanliang.
这场比赛开始之前呢，我们也有开球仪式，在这边邀请到的是基隆市市长谢国良市长来帮我们开球，欢迎市长。
Over another extended weekend, Dreamers featuring their very popular, very favorite Seatown jersey as they represent
好，我们请市长面向正前方，对，面向正前方。然后我数3、2、1就可以把球抛起来喽，来哦。3、2、1，请开球！好球，谢谢市长，谢谢。新竹工程师对上福尔摩沙梦想家的比赛。
Welcome to the broadcast. We are just moments away from our first tip. Those of you watching. It's actually going to be Clark in the jump circle. Ball to Chris McCullough, and he stays behind the timeline as we get started. The Steelers, of course, being the main organizer of the tournament. The floor is red as the pass deflected into the hands of Hsinchu, and so the Lioneers will go on offense. Oscar with the shaved hair, trimmed hair. He still has military service due. The screen from Clark. Taking a dribble yet as passed up with Georgie B. A long 2 on the way. It's going to be bounced out. I mentioned the Lioneers did get to play in Singapore in that exhibition game, as Kenny, I think for the first time, is wearing the full-length leg sleeve. Well, now on the other side. There's a made basket. Chris McCullough going to work. Joined the Dreamers later in the season after tearing his ACL the year before as member of the Kings, and we have a holding foul. That's going to be funny. But there you see Hsinchu giving him step. McCullough is a very efficient scorer. I should say, certainly a very high volume scorer, but we'll see if the leg heals up even better. It stays in bounds as new line in the corner. Coming over from the Taiwan Beer in the SBL. Achi fakes the shot, and there's going to be a reaching foul in the lane. Another look at the hammer, just getting around the hands of the Dreamers defenders. Interesting enough, Wang Zhegang actually has, according to the releases on social media, actually changed his number, and that's the whole story about a player who was slated to come but did not, as Georgie B tries from 3, and that one goes down. Of course, the Dreamers, one of those ball clubs that love shooting the long ball. Last year, they attempted 33.9 and that one bounces out. That's actually only the second highest to the Kings, who shot even more, 36.4 3-point attempts per season. That one's in and out. A 6-3 start as Oscar goes Sheffield. He's left open. He knocks it down. Oscar applying some pressure, but Achi breaks it. Getting a little room. Somebody's open. For those of you who don't know, the city of G01, as Achi will have a easy breakaway lay-in. His teammates are teasing him about something they talked about. Want to set something on pregame or a showboat opportunity? I don't know. G01's a port city, as it is on the northeast coast. Only a population of 370,000, as he's got a left-handed layup opportunity. Simple lay-in. I think his teammates are getting a little fed up with the youngster. Can't say that anymore. He's in his 4th year. A couple easy buckets for the Dreamers as Clark stopped up the rim once and finds it on the left side to score. Actually most famous besides the port for the Melco night market, where all kinds of women missed up close as it came up. Trying off all the post stuff. Last year the Lioneers saw their import score 45% of the points as Nancy Wolf of Lioneers kind of flips it up helplessly against the 7-foot Oshefu. Quick 3 by Zoomerhall in transition is off. That is the highest mark of import scoring the total points. The lowest mark, that one's clanked. The lowest mark belonged to the Kings at 37.5%. Wrong thought about it, but we'll shoot it over on the air screen as Oshefu, quick passing, giving him a step. Clark will finally fire it up. And a swift. We've got a nice fireworks going on in this game as I'm in my 4th year of broadcasting the Plus League, and I know very well the 3-point percentage hovering right about 31% every year as a league. McCullough kind of creating a little space, and a 12-footer is good. Under 7 minutes, the next stoppage will be a scheduled TV timeout. You see the Dreamers ready to bring on a line change. Clark to Oshefu to Oscar. They're playing some 5 out, and Peace rolls it in. Achi down to Georgie B, but running low on time. That one's partially blocked. There you see on the Dreamers bench, that's Jamie Perlman, new head coach for the Dreamers Ball Club. Oscar faking and maybe getting an extra dribble, flipping it up, and maybe Oshefu will get the credit for the putback. Oshefu couldn't even make it 20 minutes in the exhibition game, but Coach Greg saying he's still working up his endurance. Be ready to go before the season as the left-handed Georgie B leaves it short. Lioneers playing with a lot better spacing as Clark, another one. going to force the Dreamers to call timeout with the Lioneers jumping out to a 19-12 lead. And our first break of the weekend, in fact, the Plus League preseason here in Geelong City.
好，所有的球迷朋友呢，欢迎一起来加入我们这次的热身赛。那当然，在热身赛当中会有 Chen 的图案，大家可以看到大荧幕上面有17直播17 camera， 一起来看一下。右手麻烦帮我们比1，然后左手帮我们比7，好吗？跟着我们可爱的17宝宝，右手1，左手7，右手1，左手7。右手比1，左手比7，哎，对，右手比1，左手比7，没有错。好，只要你被拍到的话呢。
Welcome back to the broadcast. Lioneers out to a 7-point lead here in the first game of the preseason here at Geelong. Actually, Geelong has produced quite a few basketball products. And the Lioneers have the most who went to a high school in Geelong between Zhu Renhao, who started the game, number 12, Li Jiarui, and a new signing, Liu Guangsang, who was an undrafted free agent. Of course, most famous coming out of Geelong is the two players on the Braves, Beast, Lin Zijie, who actually went to Geelong Naval Academy, and Winston Cai Wenchen. And don't forget the most famous of all is Tank Wang Bozi. But born in Geelong actually includes dreamer Derek Li Dewei and Zhou Bochen. As that one dribbles out of bounds, they say it's off of Lioneers. Boyd let it roll out. Roman already engaged with the team in practice for several weeks, if not months now. OGB will try again. He can't make the adjustment as Shi Yinzong is out hustled by Boyd. Chen Zhenjie at guard along with number 3 Hayden as they get a little two-man game, a slip of the hands, and here come the Lioneers on the run. Clark leaves it to Oscar, who flips it up and in. Count it. Lioneers stay hot in the opening quarter. A miscue by the offense leads to a running opportunity, and of course, every coach in Taiwan wants to get running. And in modern basketball, everyone, and every coach, every club wants to get running. Not so good with a free throw. Lioneers definitely want to improve on that. Only a 61% free throw shooting team, as there you see Taylor Braun in the wet sneakers helping out with that steal. Oscar to Braun, and Randall Walko, after last year rehabbing and recovering from his knee injury, is quote-unquote a new guy for the club. Jay Chen leaves the floater short, and the Lioneers running again. Getting a block, but there's a whistle. And they're going to say Boyd committed the foul. I think I saw Shi Yinzong trying to provide a screen assist, and Boyd pushing there is kind of in danger of a unsportsmanlike foul. So just for a baseline out of bounds. Boyd, not the tallest import, but certainly one of the stronger ones. As Xiaohei, or Joker on the English broadcast, running the point. Jamarcus, last year a Steeler. Now a Lioneer will hit the long shot. lot of Lioneers fans have traveled out, and their team are giving them something to cheer about as McCullough misses the close one and able to finish over to Marcus after a second effort. Go pass, Braun. Previously a member of the Steelers 2 seasons ago, and last year with the Ghost Hawks. Hsinchu, high rainbow is no good. Over to Hayden, looking for McCullough, who's got Evans switched onto him. Around the void, and a little big-to-big passing leads to the basket and the foul. I thought he was kind of lofting it up to the rim, but he got the Lioneers on a switch. Coach Greg has, for 3 seasons now, loved to have his guys switch, but right now the roster he has, the Dreamers are quite successful at getting a mismatch with a smaller guard guarding one of their imports. Braun will chase down that rebound. Well, there's a lot been said of the Lioneers having a lot of guards on their roster. They have 8. And then you add Taylor Braun, who's in his time playing ball in Taiwan is a guy we can imagine when healthy can get almost 10 assists per game. With under 3 minutes to go in the first, it's the Lioneers who want to call timeout and talk things over on their bench. Hsinchu, you see on screen, was a member of the Taoyuan Pilots before last year, playing for the Zhanghua Boli League along with Julian Boyd. Memorably, in the first Plus League preseason, he had a dunk at Heping Gymnasium in a half-court play right down the middle. A lot is being said about the number of guards that the Lioneers have signed to their club, but the Kings also have 8 and the Pilots have 8 as well, just by guards. But if maybe you split a little bit more and talk about who might be a ball handler, who might be a wing player. It's also evident that Coach Greg wants to build a lot more depth, and so maybe he needs to try out a lot more of these guys. You also have veteran Song Yushin, for example, who came on a little later in last week's season and was actually tabbed to guard Jeremy Lin and score about 5 points per outing. Elevator screen to Braun on the left wing. Running low on time. The step back is up and will bounce out. And a ricochet right to TB's hands, and he got it to go. There's Kenny Galji in general manager, or even higher general manager of these Steelers, as Randall Walco will counter with a three-pointer. So Marcus kind of ran into a wall of Dreamers, and here comes the team in green. Walco dribble, he gets the foul and the basket. Really patient there. Number 24, Walco. Joined the Plus League in the inaugural season partway through after confirming his playing status. Averaged 11 points per game in his sophomore season. Will be a big help as The Dreamers love to have him and Kenny Chen providing a lot of defensive pressure. The free throw is in. A quick double as Lee Jiaowei left open, and the local boy can't get it to go, as the basketball will be saved by a fan in front of me. Hayden Wujianjun came over to the Dreamers via a trade with the Pilots. So kind of the note about the Dreamers last season was they added a lot of former SBL vets. Marcus with a quick three, and that's good. The Steelers ended up picking up the collegiate level block leader in Daniel, as Chris McCullough bottoms a deep shot. So we'll get to that later. But DeMarcus, after being bought out, found his way right to the Lioneers. Xiaohei's three is all nylon. Be a high-scoring first quarter, and it's going to be like this for the rest of the season. That's going to be a positive sign. That one's poked away. Little driving kick as Ron will try. Yes! And that's 34 for the Lioneers in the opening quarter. Less than a minute to go. A brick by the Dreamers on this end. Last year, the Lioneers can average 23 points in the opening quarter, which is good enough for third. A tie for third with the Steelers, funny enough. But of course, the second half is really their problem area. Chen has that one stolen away by DeMarcus. One man to beat. Leaves it short. And a good hustle by Jay. Gives the Lioneers another possession. Right now, the Dreamers have made several of these turnovers. And maybe you can give credit to the Lioneers for being active in the passing lanes, being disruptive. There you see, all he can do was foul from behind to try to grab the rebound away. That is a over the back rebounding foul. Over in the chat, someone asked if there'd be any interest in a video game version of the Plus League. And one memorable thing from the first season was a fan created outfits and stadiums for the Plus League as DeMarcus takes a hit. Kenny Chen ends up with the open layup. And DeMarcus looks like he took to the hit to the shoulders. Hopefully it's not that big of a bump. But that's the first quarter in the books, as our preseason is underway here in Keelung. We'll be back after these messages.
baby, show me how you make it dip. Make it dip, make it dip, make it dip, make it dip, make it dip. Yeah, baby, show me first things first. I get all the money. Just love me, keep it honey. Like you, cause you funny. These ain't stunners. I'm the one that came in for the summer. I got a black Barbie, she into Minaj. I'm a pumper all night till I come nothing. Sip got me buzzing. I am not a husband. I could be your daddy cause I am a was mugging. These complete muffin. Put my seat on her face, she get smashed like a pumpkin. Ooh, she love it. Ooh, me rough. Talk that.
At the end of the first quarter, the Lioneers have the lead 36-27, but still on the hardwood is one of their new additions, second-year player Jamarcus, who you saw got crossed up and took an awkward fall. Doesn't look like there was much contact with Kenneth. There you see his feet kind of get stuck, his arm goes back. It's the right shoulder that is kind of really taking the hit, and Lioneer staff have not moved him, so I wonder if it's a dislocation, but they're not all that eager to move him off the spot. So I guess if the preseason is experience and practice of all things to happen, we now have our first stoppage, so to speak. Jamarcus, interesting enough, when he was on the floor for the Steelers last year, actually had the second highest usage rate for all locals at 23%. Of course, hopefully it's also not a break, but looks like the trainer's about ready to try to, looks like, correct a dislocation. You see former CEO of the Plus League, Charles, nicknamed Blackie Chen, watching inside the arena with the iPad in hand as customary, but now with the suit, as kind of ramping things up before the regular season for games that count. So it would appear to me that it's unfortunately a dislocated shoulder. Now, again, thanks to the replay, we didn't see Kenny really running into him, hopefully, but awkwardly enough, all that contact for himself and the hardwood was enough to cause the dislocation. So in a very painful manner, he'll try to walk off the floor. There you see Kenny's gonna engage in a behind the back crossover, and Jamarcus, see when that hand goes down for the first time, I'm kind of wondering if that is also what kind of gets your muscles out of alignment. So when he puts his elbow down for that second contact with the hardwood is what really pops it out of its socket. The ball thrown inbound. We are underway in the second quarter. It's Georgie B. and McCullough along with Aji, Walko, and Kenny Chen. This is kind of like one of the Dreamers' better lineups. But Earl Clark says, I'm not going to do anything if I make the basket. It's himself alongside of Wang Zigang, said before Si and Zong. And Jiang Guangchen has nobody guards Georgie B for the dunk. Only one import out on the floor for the Lioneers. They only have 3 active, as Willie Martino making his way back home from mainland. Si and Zhong will drop in the 3. deep ball is no good. Wako getting in close, and the body control to finish, making it a 10-point game. The Wang Zigang, literally the first two characters means prince. As number 2, Jiang Guangqian can't get the layup off, but they say it's a foul. Jiang Guangqian signed as a free agent last year out of the SBL Puyuan team, but didn't have quite as strong of a season as a Lioneer. He'll go to the line. A 25-year-old, born out of Taoyuan City. He's short with a free throw. Last year, he didn't even really get that much playing time. Only averaged 7 minutes in his appearances. A total of 138 minutes played on the season. Makes the correction and 1-for-2 free throw trip. Lioneers, at the same time as they sign all these guards, have actually found a lot of forwards in their lineup. Number 23, kind of a guard, Mickey Lee, shooting as Chris McCullough, this time with 2 hands. Right now, Aji's showing off the real threat that he is. Of course, very proficient three-point shooter, but his passing has really opened up quite a bit. Mickey, a pop-in shot, as Kenny Chen will come down with a rebound. Fouled on the behind-the-back dribble. Should be some more run for this Dreamers 5, but the Lioneers will make a change. There you see cutting Aji. He's become so proficient with layups and floaters. That's what you need as a player. Of course, had the 39-point game in the first season as GB. Muscles his way to a putback. And slowly, as the Dreamers have progressed, he's added that close layup and floater game, which has opened up things up more. Let's see if he can average a new high mark in assist as well. Getting more familiar as leader on the team. Clark floating and hitting the jumper over McCullough. Bill Clark, a veteran ball player, playing in Taiwan for the first time. In the corner, but Bezovic with a strong dunk. Excuse me, not enough time to get out this whole last name, Beshani-Vili. Bezovic is a previous import with the Pilots. Jiang Guangqian over to Leon, out to the corner, but short. While following up his own rebound and a foul. And the Lioneers did not stay focused on defense the whole possession, and Beshani-Vili is Bezhanishvili with the dunk. I'll keep working on it. McCullough will take a seat for Boyd. The court is a little bit smaller than Clark might be used to, and that one is a turnover. Clark started his career as a member of the Phoenix Suns back in the 09 draft. Boyd trying to get a position, but now on the block. Baseline, might have gotten away with the dribble and a shovel pass to Georgie B. He's taken over for the top scorer of the Dreamers, surpassing McCullough's 10. There's a foul on the perimeter as Jiang Guangqian was making his move. You see Boyd, a little bit too much muscle for Li Jiarui. It's still can get the pass off between two. Shani Vili out of Georgia, but went to university at Illinois. Only 24 years old, one of the younger import players signed up this year. Song Yu-shin was close, but no cigar. Boyd losing the handle on it, and we'll say off of a Lioneer reaching in. Getting a chance to play in Aji's place is actually now third year Wang Zhenyuan, or Jason. Up close, Julian Boyd slams it home. Right now the interior for the Lioneers is proving to be a little bit weak, though this roster, interesting enough, is really different than maybe one they've been used to. Wang Zhegang with a sidestepper, almost. In their second season of the Plus League, they had import of the year Sim Bular, of course, holding down the middle. And last year, part of the season with Sim, then William Martino, kind of the mainstay there, as Kenny loses the handles a couple times. They push it up forward, but some awkward spacing by the Lioneers. Clark kind of playing a little bit of a one-on-one against Boyd is good. But my point being, the Lioneers are used to having a sizable presence in their paint. And right now, basically playing without a center, as Wang Zhegang got his hands on it, but Boyd able to finish through Clark. Julian Boyd shared with the Plus League Yangjiang Mangsaba had 4 pretty serious knee injuries, and it's so impressive that he's able to play and still looking pretty spry here in the preseason. A deep 3 is short. Kind of dropping the dribble, and we might need to get some talcum powder. Jiang Guangqian can't finish over Kenny. It's kind of opened up now as Jason faking the pass, missing, but Boyd is there to pick up his teammate. It's going to be tough for Wang Zhenyuan to really make it on the floor. Of course, he's got Aji right in front of him. Even Lu Guanliang will take up a lot of the other guard spot. We got another break. As the Lioneers now with just a 1-point lead here in game 1 of the preseason.
你们没有在防守，然后进攻在乱打。OK，2进，现在进，OK，小黑O，对，1、2、3、4、5、OK，你接了，我接了那个18位进来快，没有防守，没有用防守，打到现在就没有到一半，现在都给那个1名走来hier，好的，来hier，好，来hier，
Trying to stop a Formosa Dreamers run. Coach Greg Lingguan calling timeout on the Lioneers bench. Other headlines from the Lioneers offseason, besides their September 23rd exhibition game in Singapore against the Eng Tat Hornets. They have a new GM in place. August 25th, Edward Zhangsulen signed on as their general manager, but they did miss out on first overall pick Alasang out of Taiwan Art University, who decided to sign with a different club, and of course starring in the interleague game for the Taixing Mars in Limping Sun, but that case is kind of ongoing with the Lioneers and the Mars arguing they are in the right about this player signing from the champion DEA squad. Oshefu back in the fray. On the Dreamer side, on July 19th, Jamie Perlman announced as the new head coach, but word already kind of got out a little before that, especially in Australian basketball circles, that pass poked away and Braun committing the foul in transition. Now, it's not announced officially, but we do expect the Dreamers to return to Zhanghua for parts of their regular season. The slip of the handles, and Oscar has an easy steal. Evan trying to finish over Boyd, and Lioneers have tried to work on their finishing there in transition. As Chen with a three. This opportunity on one end is an opportunity picked up by the other team on the other end. Classic trope. Down the perimeter as Oscar does the Mario jump plus the scissor legs. You see the quick transition by the Dreamers as Evan Lee Jare missed the layup and fell on the floor, could not recover. They quickly flash a double as the Lioneers get it to Oshefu on the block. The two-man game with Braun out to Evan. Running low on time, putting it up. No good. Oshefu playing it high, but missing. And following it up with a second effort there. Danny Oshefu out of Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Villanova for university. Chen, that one's in and out, and Lioneers heeding the words of their coach, crashing the boards. No look pass, and the Xiaohei getting it up and in. Beautiful find from number 4, Oscar. Definitely a candidate every year for the flashiest assist. Boyd will try it from deep. That's going to bounce out. So far in the game, all 13 Lioneers have made it on the floor, but the Dreamers have 3 DNP so far, but one of them includes veteran Doug Jianhao, and well, I probably don't mind too much if he doesn't get in here. Oshefu from deep, and that's a tray. Good time for the Lioneers if their center can get a 3 once in a while, as Oscar flies to save the ball out of bounds and gets the ricochet right back. His left-handed stroke is a little strong. Basketball's been a little bit slippery here as Chen will have that one poked away, though trying to argue for a foul. And a look at Evan with a one-handed rifled pass. Shuffle looks okay from outside. The Lioneers certainly have been hot shooting the 3-ball. Now they are 10 for 19. You can follow along the stats. PLEAGUEofficial.com. And if you want to be more specific, /game/417. Chen floats it up, 2 bounces, no. LeBron literally fights off Walker for that rebound. Seems like the Dreamers very intent on doubling Braun to close off some of those passing lanes. The Dreamers also a squad that switches a lot. Oscar missing that one, and the Dreamers got a kind of a team rebound there. Swirl pass, but no connection between Achi and Walko. So in the confusion, Oscar will get fouled. Little hello from Goggle Hall to you, the fans at home. He'll go to the line as, of course, fouled on the layup, but the Dreamers also have 5 fouls as a team. The Lioneers have been way more disciplined with 2. There you see the white bars underneath the team logos, the team names. That's our foul indicator here in the Plus League's score bug. Dreamers have actually taken it to the basket quite a bit more. Only 5 for 15, which is, again, in the plus league, not too bad, but in the Lioneers, 50% on 20 attempts. They got a little bit more work to keep up. Hao dribbles that off his foot, trying to get the pass from Oscar in transition. There you see the pass right around the reach of Chen, but Hao just dribbles it off his foot. Achi from about 17 feet. Beauty. They double Oscar and he coughs it up. A little double loft as Georgie B will do the Minkin drill and get the 2 points the safe way. Well, it's not lost on this broadcast that there's still a fair share of turnovers going on in the game. Big size advantage Oshefu against Walko, but he's trying to run an offense first. He does put it on target for a foul. Interesting way of running the offense, but hey, they got the mismatch and they got a foul out of it. We'll get to check out Oshefu up close in his free throw shooting after sniping a 3 from the corner. Of course, free throw shooting from their center position has been an area that the Lioneers want to see improved. All arms and no legs on that first attempt. Oshefu went to 2 high schools in Pennsylvania. Looks like they want to change up the basketball. The score table is ready for them. As Oshefu will also cheat and grab a towel from the bench. Giving the assist to Xiaosui, who, as the Lioneers announced, one of 3 players who will be out for the preseason with an injury. Left ankle, should be ready to go for the season. Liu Guangsung, an undrafted free agent, is dealing with a little bit of a knee issue, and 3rd year to 4th year Tian Hao also knee will be out. Walko in the right place will float the pass out. Another possession for the Dreamers. 75 seconds to go in the second quarter. Walko again. Will he get credit for another offensive rebound before getting tripped up by Achi, who scores 2? We're tied up at 54. The Dreamers have made the Plus League playoffs every single season. They've not made it to the finals since year 1. Working on improving on that mark. Floating up for Oshefu. Kauju Kalta. But will be a miss and probably will get away with a reaching foul. Advantage Dreamers as Achi, kind of a different shooting form. Georgie B will push it off the rim. Kind of letting some contact go. Both ways. Oshefu with a drive. Not quite nimble enough to maneuver on everyone. That won't bounce out of bounds. Looks like Georgie B took a knock to the face as the ball was stripped out of bounds. Looks like we'll have a timeout called by the Dreamers, probably to let Georgie B recover. Also to talk through what they want to do with this 14-second possession.
Good shit, good shit, good shit.
Well, during the regular season, the Dreamers actually had to surpass the Lioneers, interestingly enough. The Lioneers were in the playoff picture right up until week 16. Dreamer side, things were actually maybe a little bit rocky. Kyle Julius parted ways with the team with a 5-8 record on the season, and Eric Leibwilly took over January 10th. Toward the end of the season, the Steelers were also making a run, and it coincided with the Dreamers going 1-5, but the Dreamers rallied and won the 4 straight games to end the regular season, including beating the Steelers to clinch their playoff ticket against the #1 seeded New Taipei Kings. As mentioned, the Lioneers actually had Sim Bular and William Martino, and they played together on the rare occasion. But Sim found himself with another team partway through the season after the announced departure from the Lioneers back on December 16th. A little bit more than a month into the regular season. The Lioneers, though, finished 4-19 after 3 straight wins between January 8th and 14th. They finally get the inbound in, but far away from the basket, it's Achi getting the screen. Out to Jay Chen, a little deep 3 after the shot fake. And we are at a tie ball game as we head to halftime. Well, it's the Plus League preseason. Thank you for joining us. We will take a break ourselves before getting back with the rest of this one and the rest of the weekend.
一期直播的主播小毒药，掌声欢迎！
谢谢磊哥，现场的球迷朋友们，还有线上的球迷朋友们，大家好，我们是17直播的雄青福利社。听到17直播来现场，就知道我们要来送好礼给所有球迷朋友啦。我是今天福利社的主持人小调 JJ。好，那我们今天有什么好礼呢？直接先跟所有球迷朋友们介绍了，请大家注意听咯。今天的大奖直接公布，是我们的5000块奖金。所以现场的球迷朋友们千万不要错过了。另外，我们第2个大奖呢是我们的热身赛的老帽，来给大家看一下，这是我们热身赛专做的周边商品。所以今天如果有下载我们17直播的 QR code， 等一下完成我们的步骤就可以抽奖了。如何抽奖呢？请拿出你们的手机，帮我扫描上方2个大大的 QR code， 下载17直播，完成注册之后呢，赶快进入我们置顶的直播间，叫做雄青福利社。我们就在这个直播间等你来抽我们今天的大奖5000块还有老帽咯。那我们进入直播间之后呢，记得帮我在留言区刷关键字。我们今天的关键字很重要，要邀请我们的磊哥帮我们公布今天的关键字。
好，这大家应该都知道了，关键字就是这一次季前热身赛的 slogan， 就叫做激战雄哈。
没错，
关键字，
就是激战雄哈。激战雄哈加上你的座位号、区牌号，就可以成为我们今天关键字抽奖的得主了。那如果你是在2楼自由区的朋友呢，也没有问题，帮我留关键字加上你的2楼特区，就可以参加抽奖。那我们让现场所有球迷朋友先准备下载17直播，留言开始刷起来。
赶快下载，赶快下载。
没错，那在这之前呢，给大家一点准备的时间，我们有邀请我们17直播的实力派的歌唱主播，要来带来好听的歌曲送给大家，是由我们的 BB 带来的大大的拥抱。我们掌声欢迎我们的 BB，
欢迎 BB。
Hello， 现场的朋友大家好。
因为今天我们要见面，所以太阳才升起。因为你手中的那条线，风筝才放心的去飞。你是我的全世界，录下你每一个表情，随身带着你的脸，放在我的口袋，就像指南针，不管离多远。像海洋，你的爱把我包围，蓝天写满誓言， 都舍不得眨眼。
这么好听的演出，这么好听的歌曲，送给所有现场的球迷朋友们。那我们现在主角要回到我们现场所有球迷朋友们身上啦。关键字有没有在我们留言区刷起来啦？来 ，BB， 请问我们今天的关键字是什么？再帮大家复习一下啊。
我们今天的关键是激战熊号。
战熊号加上你的座位号、区牌号，我们等一下马上就会抽出5000块的奖金，还有我们的老帽要送给现场的球迷朋友们。那我们准备要来倒数喽，我们来倒数，准备倒数20秒。20秒，准备好了吗？20秒。现场的朋友有没有在刷了？后面的朋友
把手机拿出来下载一下。
没错，那我们要准备进入倒数了，7、
6、5、4、3、2、
1，时间到。在我们工作人员截图的时候呢，提醒大家，我们等一下还会在场边继续抽出2个礼物要送给线上的朋友。首先第一个礼物呢是我们的应援毛巾呀，还有第2个礼物呢，
现场的朋友，然后再来第2个礼物是我们刚刚说的，我们是雅典娜女神啦啦队的人形立牌。
没错，所以现场的球迷朋友，等一下如果还有机会的话，留在我们的直播间，因为我会在场边继续抽出今天的礼物，要送给所有现场还有线上的球迷朋友们。还有要记得哦，我们这个雄青福利社呢是今天2场球赛，还有后天、明天的中场，我们都会在现场抽好礼送给大家。所以如果有线上的球迷朋友们正在听我们的抽奖的话，记得现在就赶快拿出你的手机下载17直播，赶快注册完成。没错，那我们今天的关键字，工作人员正在努力的找出我们今天的幸运得主。等一下记得在场边继续我们的抽奖啦。好，那我们接下来马上就要公布我们今天幸运的2位得主了。BB 来帮我们公布一下。
好，我们第一个是5000块的现金，你的 ID 是 CHIAU， 然后位置是 C2之1 37号。
没错，接下来我们的老帽的得主是，
好，老帽的得主这个很应景哦，他的名字叫做基隆 Max MAX， 然后座位在2楼东区5排35。
恭喜上2位的球迷朋友，在1楼的朋友请到场边找我们领奖，2楼的朋友请到我们的西区，有一位工作人员拿着奖牌在等着你们去领奖。今天一定要领，不然你的奖金会到下一场去充公喽。
下一场就会变成1万块耶。
没错，所以赶快来我们场边找我们工作人员。那我们今天雄青福利社的好礼送到家。今天中场到这边结束，我们下一场见。
下场见。
那我们把现场交还给雷哥。
谢谢。再次的感谢17直播2位主播所带来的精彩内容。那也提醒大家，我们在这3天总共6场的比赛，这6场赛事呢，中场都。
After the performance of the live streamer on center court and the drawing of the cash prize, we're ready to break things down here at halftime. Our colleagues Zhou Zongkai and Cai Jingjing on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen on the English broadcast here in the Plus League preseason 2023-2024 edition. Real quickly, let's bring you the combined team stats. The top row is score, second one is field goal, third row is three-point shooting, fourth row is rebounds, second from the bottom, assist and turnovers. The Lioneers so far in this game featuring a lot more of a spread out 5-out offense with only Daniel Oshefu getting any low post touches. Very different than their last year edition or the year before edition where Simbalar or William Martino will more often than not get a touch in the low post. And the Dreamers had a familiar look, and they've caught him in terms of three-point shooting volume, but only 5 for 20. Some that you can credit the Lioneers, who are very aggressive, switching things on defense, but they have been caught down low when an import is guarded by a local guard. Dreamers started rather hot with a couple made threes, introducing their new import to the program, Georgie Beshanavashvili. And on the other side, Earl Clark leading the Lioneers in scoring, making his presence known. They've also been joined by their new signing, but familiar face of the Plus League, and Taylor Braun. Julian Boyd, former Dreamer, after a year with a Zhanghua team in the SPL, is back with the Dreamers. Now remember, during the regular season, only 3 import players can be registered on the roster, but you of course can kind of have them quote-unquote shuttle up and down between their registered and non-registered status, but only every game day 2 are allowed to be dressed. Well, Georgie B has shown off the 3, but he also appears to maybe lose the shooting touch from occasion partway through the quarter, but he can be a dangerous driver when he gets his opportunities. As you see, Walco hasn't had that many opportunities to maybe show off his scoring touch, but has been in there as a good hustler. He's trying to recover from a left knee injury. The leading scorers for the Lioneers from top to bottom: Clark with 14, Oshefu with 10. Jamarcus, who injured his right shoulder, scored 6 points just in the first quarter. Taylor Braun with 6, and Oscar Gawalha with 6 points as well, and including a few candidates for assist of the preseason so far. That's the Lioneers from top to bottom. And on the Dreamer side, Georgie B with the longest Mandarin name, I think, in the Plus League with 13. McCullough behind him at 12. Randall Walco getting 8, but like I said, not quite in his entire bag yet, so we'll look forward to more. Julian Boyd with 8, and Achi Ling Jingji with 8 as well. We got 24 minutes to go in this one as the preseason is underway.
See you outside, sell, little bitch, so the fuck what？ 我可以试过，也不怕被人占便宜，下次加倍奉还这价格。You need a cut it， 先下手为强，别傻傻在那等着整理，祸不单行。我请你先担心你自己没出息的生意，10年前做成败不见怪，时机不对的好货也被人贱卖，派对像个明星，我们都是醉汉。昨天发生什么事，我记忆只有片段。Southside, Red City, Southside. I made you look. Southside, Red City. Southside. Girl, hustle make you bend on that beat. Down. 尽管老子一身傲气，还得学会谦卑。吞下超级喝的酒，饮不下千杯。弯下身去低头看这世界，还能顶天。看着自视身高，小鬼还能够快活几年。印度看戏出来听得，换枪算在听了。串不对，嘎给瓦用全是无中生有出来电。调动先光吃香片，太过丑陋，面对我脸皮偏太薄，看你能自己两重。别再想着借酒装疯，记住那天的酒。人不犯我，我不犯人，依然低调喝着酒。你不动，我不动，心里让人猜不透。胸口绑后尊重，也看后鬼卖来搞挖 Q。没在信道，别让我是病猫，你今早想想这盘棋子该要怎么和我下。今早下起病包，带上礼貌，快来播下一首，再讲还是老梗啊。Southside, Red City, Southside. I made you look. Southside, Red City, Southside.
第3节比赛开始。
So Jamarcus with a sling on that left shoulder, probably also has some ice and coolant. Hopefully recover from what I assume is a dislocated shoulder. During the stoppage, Kenny Chen went to go acknowledge Jamarcus, as he was the closest offensive player, the one that Jamarcus was guarding. Numbers advantage as McCullough will just lay it in with a finger roll. I'm kind of disappointed. Number 5, come on now. But he has made a couple dunks in the first half. A ghost screen, then a real screen by Evan as kind of a makeshift flare for Oscar. As mentioned, the Lioneers not playing with a big center, so their offense looks a little different. Oscar finally aiming it up and a beautiful swish. Oscar Gogolhall remaining one of their best local players last year, able to get almost 15 points per game. Aji faking and getting into the lane, but missing, and then flying in for the putback. Probably doesn't mind his shooting percentage going down a tad, but now another rebound to his name. Lioneers, all locos after looking out for a second. That one is too strong. The double team comes as looks like Kenny Chen was stepping out of bounds. The white lines are the ones that are being used here in the gymnasium. The yellow lines for badminton. See Perlman, Mr. Perlman next to Mr. Chen and Mr. Han. The latter two, some of the key figures in the Dreamers operation, as Xian Zong will be called for an illegal screen. Kind of twisting his body around. Talking about shout-outs, Aaron Yang Zhenlei is the MC for this first game's action. He's actually been a color commentator and a play-by-play person for the Plus League broadcast. This particular set done by FTV as Georgie B misses the little hook shot. Assist would have been to Aji, who missed an alley-oop opportunity. Probably thought he was flipping it up to Brandon Gilbeck. I think the Dreamers, we got to figure out a B nickname for these guys. You got Georgie B, Big B, Julian B, something from McCullough as Julian Hall will nail the deep shot. Definitely trying to find his footing still as the first overall pick. Bounce past to McCullough, and that one will fall off target. That's one of those, I don't know how I missed the situation. Wang Zedong clutches and finishes. So, get your shot glasses ready because a missed shot on one end is a made opportunity on the other, as Lu Guanliang need to hit the weight rooms after losing the basketball out of bounds there. Hall is really known for his deep three, but a little bit closer to the sideline on the quote-unquote logos. We like to call them logo shots here in Taiwan. There you see the layup. Veteran Wang Zedong finishes calmly. That time the shot was short. The second highest local scorer for the Lioneers is Xiao Sung at only 9.1 points per game, as Evan called for the reaching. As we mentioned, the Dreamers with 83% of their players returning of this roster. Kind of a little bit too handsy. The only departure was number 14, Jeff Wu, who in 2 seasons is the local with the most starts of the Dreamers program. That one flipped up right back to Aji. Over to Walko. He'll try from Trey. And a missed putback. So 8-4 on the quarter. As we were tied at 54. Oscar over the head. Over to nobody. Everybody vacated as they thought the 5'10" guard was going to beat a whole bunch of 6-footers in the lane. Not so easy. As mentioned, Jeff Wu, 37 starts, most by any local, though he did spend time shuttling between a starter and a bench player. He's got a step but loses it against his collegiate teammate in Zhu Yunhao. Real briefly, of course, teammates at Jianxing University in Taoyuan. Oscar with an easy three. Picking up where they left off with the hot shooting from the outside. Well, speaking of three-point shooting, pass deflected, another turnover. Right down the middle, Hsinchu fakes out one, but Boyd rejects that one. And getting the foul as he was taking on Zhu Yunhao. A few good defensive possessions back and forth. See Oscar shaking off Walko thanks to the screen. And on the Lioneers side, talk about three-point shooting. Guo Shaojie, who went to the Taixing Mars, had the 4th most three-pointers attempt on Lioneers' squad last year, imports and locals. So that's a little bit of volume, but he was only hitting them at 26%. He came over from the Braves 2 seasons ago. And he drops in that second one. Hsinchu, a little handoff and roll. That one kind of lucky to stay with the Lioneers. Continued all local stretch for the Lioneers, and they've played well to start the third. Oscar taking on Aji, getting past one, spinning for the pass as Hsinchu kind of get it on target, cutting through the lane. McCullough stepping around, stepping through, and kind of tiptoeing all the way to the overhang bleacher section. Hopefully he's all right. There was a whistle on the play. Look at Oscar submitting another would-be assist, but Hsinchu not get the shot off cleanly. There was the Dreamers' defense to resist as McCullough might have tweaked something. He's going to walk off to the bench. There's a reaching foul there. They're getting on the court, number 88. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, born in Geelong. Eventually went to Taipei at Songshan High School and then Taiwan Normal University. There you see Joker Zheng Boyu, too handsy with the defense. We have our first TV timeout of the second half as the Lioneers have opened up to a 65-59 lead.
好的，现场球迷的朋友要注意了，因为我们现在在第3节暂停的一个空档，邀请大家来玩17 Camera， 请大家呢把目光放到大荧幕上面，然后手机准备好，因为我们有礼物要送给你。只要来到我们的镜头上面的，来，右手比1，左手比7，右手比1。 左手比7，对，没错，就是这样，很好。 然后呢，你的朋友要记得帮你拍照哦，拍照哦。等一下截图拍照存证，就可以到我们外面的17直播的摊位来换精美的礼物。右手1，左手7，右手1，左手7，对。
An excited crowd on hand, as mentioned in the open of the broadcast. The Plus League has made it to Geelong for the first time, but maybe they're a little bit camera shy, or maybe they have an inappropriate poster. Who knows? We'll figure it out later. Here you see Chris McCullough getting a little bit of treatment with the trainers of the Dreamers. There you go. There you got the left and right figured out. 1-7 Live is the title sponsor of the Steelers. 2 seasons in a row. Kenny Chen from the line will miss the first. An area that he would like to see improve personally. 0 for 2 as Dobleton pokes it toward the backcourt. Boyd saves it. Kenny, only a 32 for 60 free throw shooter last year. Boyd targeted again, but a miss. Now Julian Boyd running into a wall of Lioneers. Kenny faking out Oscar, going baseline and missing two. Rims have not been friendly to the Dreamers on the left side basket. Would like you fans in the comment section to say what value amount of the move, but is less than a 10 NT finish, I'll say that. Lioneers break the trap and have 2 on the side. Julian Hall from the right corner, no. Dreamers brought a little full court trap there. Kenny puts it up and misses, got his own board. Clearly, the Dreamers want to target number 7 Simple Warrior. Julian Hall puts his hands on it. 3-on-3 as I don't know why Veteran Wangzagong threw it right at Oscar, who was covered up there. Wangzagong or Prince, that'll be a tough nickname to live up to. Running low on time, Oscar floats it up. Gonna be an air ball. This lineup is not really the business for the Lioneers, so Coach Greg gonna make some changes. Zhang Guangqian and Liu Qiming will come on. Out to Boyd, he'll try from the left wing. Another offensive rebound for Walco. It's going to be an offensive foul. Kind of a funny looking play. I think it's going to be Dobleton. See the replay again as Dobleton called for the tripping there. Nikki with a screen, had a pocket, choosing not to pass this. Julian Hall, stopped by Boyd, backdoor, Xiaohei. Foul from behind by Hayden. Got a step on. Boyd, before joining the Lioneers, actually played a season in the SBL, and because he didn't complete 2 years, he had to be drafted. Step up to the line and bounce it out. The rims are relatively soft here in Geelong, but right now they're quite unfriendly, funny enough. makes the adjustment or makes amends with the rim, perhaps. Sneak went through, but no connection as the Lioneers squeeze the paint and now release to their wide offense. Local boy Evan try again, and this time it's all net. A little bit too much of a sharing mood. The Dreamers turned it over on the pass. The Dreamers will call a timeout to try to get organized. They have not been in the best form offense or defensively. Definitely after the Dreamers try to put on that full court pressure, they've really been reactionary on defense instead of aggressively pursue the ball handlers like they typically are in their defensive strategy. But of course, you know, we'll have to learn the tendencies of the Australian head coach, new to the program, Jamie Perlman, maybe the program, of course, you would say. So far in the game, Clark still leads the Lioneers with 14 points. But all the Lioneers imports still on the bench. For the quarter's sake, have a DNP on their name. You see things starting off with a Wang Zigong 3. And it's pretty clear that the Dreamers not only giving the Lioneers a step, but also are helping a lot on any touches in the paint. So the Lioneers have not really had that much success finishing at the rim. But they paid for it with a lot of open looks. And impressive for the Lioneers. By my count, 9 individual players have a three-pointer made. That's definitely a good sign if you're the Lioneers. As mentioned, not the strongest three-point shooting team last season. Their best shooter was actually Oscar at 37%. Zhuhao crosses his feet up, but it's still good from the right-hand wing. Second best, in fact, was actually Zhuhao at 34%. Brisk, his nickname, misses from around the free throw line as Georgie B getting the and one putback. On the floor for the first time, I think that's Doug Creighton. The missed live shot of Zhuhao. Not much Evan could do there. And the foul wasn't even enough to stop his opponent. Bonus free throw good. So if you want to practice at home, BEZHANISHVILI. Georgie Bezanishvili. 206 centimeters or 6'9". The Dreamers have 3 forwards and a center as their import combination, at least registered for now, as McCullough fancy step and an easy lay-in. The Lioneers, 2 forwards between Braun and Clark, and 2 centers between Oshefu and William Artino. Mickey with a corner grenade. A little pick and roll, and there's Georgie B with another and one. Teammates are having a pretty easy time finding him in the lane, but the Lioneers have had kind of a tough time during the third quarter getting in the passing lanes. Of course, it makes it harder when it's number 11 handling the rock. Foul on the help defense there. Coming up is the Braves against the Steelers, as that free throw is left short. scheduled for a 5 p.m. tip. The Braves are the biggest when it comes to their import selection. 1 forward between Michael Singletary and 3 centers. I'll introduce you to their new guy next as Chen rails a 3-2. That'll be his first on the game. To make it 10 Lioneers with a tray. Doug from the left corner can't answer. The Steelers, on the other hand, are the smallest when it comes to their imports. 3 forwards and 1 center. Average of only 204 centimeters tall. The Braves 208. Joker getting a step and floating it over McCullough. A little late for the help, or did not even take to the air. About 2 minutes to go as Aji targeting Joker, getting a foul out of it. That's definitely going to be a funny feeling when the defender doesn't take to the air, but Zim Warrior has been playing defense with his arms pretty much the whole quarter. The Dreamers find themselves down by 13. Aji drops in the second one. Fake handoff as Hsinchu will. It's kind of a delayed foul call, but a correct one. He was hit on the side. He's looking for the referee who did not whistle on the play. So a little tip for those of you watching Plus League basketball or borrowing or basing our rulebook off the FIBA rulebook and SOPs, the referee who calls a foul will go opposite of the scores table. So that's the official you really need to make your case against. Evan Lee is in for Zhu Yunhao. This free throw by Hsinchu. His nickname is Afe, or on the English broadcast, just Fly. You can give him a little bit of a lead. He is quite the leaper. Only played 14 games with the Pilots in his previous Plus League action as Georgie B gets the feed from Aji. An easy put lay-in. Mickey will miss from deep. Defense from behind by Evan. Little 3-on-2. The Joker will get another floater, and this time it rattles home. Kind of incidental contact. They'll let the Lioneers run. They have 4 against 2 as Evan gets fancy, but the pass was not on target. Low on time, Mickey goes for the long 2 off of a bounce. He's a veteran guard that was kind of more or less hampered by a lot of his injuries and did not play that much in his first year as a Lioneer. They spread it out with Chen. Going up against Xiaohei, the pass to McCullough, and too hard of a rifle pass. I think it goes off of Georgie B's foot. Good idea, as Lioneers' defense was out of shape. There's the buzzer. At least the shot hits the backboard, but we are headed to the 4th and final frame here in Geelong, where the Lioneers and Dreamers kick off this preseason weekend before the 23-24 season. We'll be back after this.
再来一个这边哦，小心哦，小心哦，要接球的时候小心哦。来这边，来，有，好，回，好，再来，这边一个，好，谢谢你们，要记得下载17直播 APP 哦，这3天6场要为大家来抽奖。
Plus League 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 Ivy Bar 学英文 bar 教你篮球的英文术语，搭配 Plus League 的影片，打造全新的线上课程。欢迎大家点资讯栏的连结一起学习。The Lioneers fans must be pretty happy with how their team has performed through 3 quarters here in the preseason. They have the 12-point lead over the Dreamers. They'll be playing again tomorrow afternoon against the Taoyuan Korean Pilots, whereas the Dreamers will play the 5 p.m. game against the New Taipei Kings.
第4节比赛开始。
No notable storylines from the game so far. Fortunately, we do have an injury in Jamarcus with a dislocated shoulder. And on the Lioneers side, pretty hot 3-point shooting, 17 for 31, good enough for about 55% as Oscar. Ooh, that one had a pretty good line. On the Dreamer side, seen success with their their import-to-import connection. But not much else as Julian Boyd gets the and one. Taking on Evan Lee, Ja Ray. Another look at using his arms to play defense. Yes, that is indeed a foul. I don't know what Evan was confused about. Don't do that, kids. Looks like Earl Clark and Oshefu won't be coming to the game anymore. They got ice packs on the knees, taking care of their bodies. Boyd sinks the free throw. Born in San Antonio, Texas. As a turnover on the palm ball, or flipped dribble, however you like to call it. Third import, Taylor Braun. Keeping an eye out for the action on the court. Also bounces that one as Boyd gets high above Julian Hall for the board. A little easy driving kick action for the Dreamers as Boyd, nice touch. How about this? William Howard Taft High School in Texas. Prince to Evan. Oscar to Leon, and it'll end up being a deep junior hall three-point attempt as Kenny chases it down. The only import not dressing for this game, Brandon Gilbeck, perhaps to protect him. Maybe he got a little injury they want to keep from aggravating. As mentioned, you can register as many imports for the active roster as you'd like. Boyd can't beat one, but Walko's there to pick up his teammate, and a little extra stuff going on afterwards. Lioneers have certainly had their problems on the defensive rebounding side, the Dreamers offensive rebounding side. You see kind of the elbow on the shoulder, and then Junior Hall with a little shove and an extra left hand. There's the extracurriculars that really don't need to happen. Looks like a technical foul was called for the shove. As they don't send Junior Hall to the line, the Lioneers choose to have Oscar Galkwahal shoot the one. The Dreamers do have, according to the Plus League scorers, 18 offensive rebounds. We're really close to the 21 defensive rebounds by the Lioneers. Now it's Walko's turn with a couple coming up. Hesitating, and that's definitely not going to be what the Lioneers want. They need to get a little bit more decisiveness in their offense. Kenny called for the reach. Looks like we have a timeout by the Lioneers. Find themselves only up by 5, opening the quarter with a 8-1 Dreamers run. A chance for me to catch my breath, but the rest of the action after this. Well, follow the Plus League on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course. And don't forget X, formerly known as Twitter. Here's a look at Edward Zhang Suren. As is customary, the general manager and often the quote-unquote team leads, or Ling Dui in Mandarin, sitting on the bench of the squad. So it's Evan playing center right now, screening and executing some handoffs as Prince will try from deep. Walko's arms playing keep away. Oscar, nice D, but even better pass. That'll be another foul, this time at the rim. PLEAGUE, the last one back there to stop Walko from the easy basket. Give me another look at that one. Wu Guanliang right into the hands of Walko. And I'd really like to see Evan PLEAGUE hopefully play those cleanly and get the block, because he does have a size advantage in terms of height, and just by the slimmest margin, of course, in wingspan over Walko. If he can get a clean block shot, he went straight for the foul. Just like that, the deficit is 3, but we do have a little less than 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Jason's back in as the Dreamers cause a turnover, but can't connect on the pass. Boyd gets back in the fray. As Joker from way downtown. Defense. Fly it against Jason, who stays in there, and the pass is errant. They don't even get a shot off as Kenny gets by one and lays it in. And so don't look now, but the Dreamers can get a stop and a score, take the lead. Lioneers have been all local in the second half. Evan will try from deep, off target. Now the Dreamers on their outside are kind of playing like a fourth quarter of a regular Plus League game. They'll crash bodies, but here comes Joker going to the other side and successful with a layup. Right in front of me, Prince is kind of taking inventory after taking the fall. Good pressure defense by Oscar leads to the turnover. I will say, Jason has definitely got to look to be more aggressive. If you can hit the accelerator and drive past Oscar, then you can get away from a turnover threat, but also maybe create a scoring opportunity. He's always very hesitant to really engage in an attack of his own. He passed to Mickey, who waits on his teammates to get up. House coming for the screen. From center field off to the right. Walko to Chen. His shot is up and in. We are tied up at 85, as this time it's the Lioneers electing to call timeout, stop this Dreamer run, and figure something out on offense, as they've really settled a lot on the outside. Slightly imitating the Braves offense with their two bigs screening and providing handoffs on the outside, but nobody's getting into the paint. Well, of course, Sumiao is a capable deep shooter, but really supposed to be the last resort. Well, before things really get nervous, as an educational piece for you, the audience, we are currently in the Double 10 4-day weekend. 112 years ago, the successful Xinhai Revolution ended the dynastic rule in China, and that's where the current government, shall we say, the governing body where we live, was established. So in Taiwan here, we'll often have, and almost exclusively on official documents, the year will be BC, but we'll take the last two digits and add, or subtract 11. So for example, we are in the year 2023. Minus 11 years is 12 and add a 100 to it. So 1991 minus however many years. So we are on the 112th year of quote unquote the Republic. Of course, it's had its own history of authoritarianism, as Kenny with a nice hand. 2-on-2 for the Dreamers as Chen going right to the cup. Walko in and out. This opportunity for the Lioneers as Kenny Chen, good safety play. And Nikki hitting it out of bounds. Kind of athletic, good anticipation plays by both teams, but the scoring has kind of drained away in this fourth quarter. 15-3 on the quarter for the Dreamers. I'm sure if you're a Lioneers fan, kind of dreading the later game collapses. The cameras didn't catch it, but the referee, kind of in a jovial manner, chases away Jamie Perlman, who ran in front of the scorer's table to yell out instructions to his team. Now he's seated. Walko spinning and a nice right-handed finish around the Jare. Probably wants the floor cleaned up. So it's 87-85 the lead as Evan getting by running with a right hand. He gets it right back. Double and Boyd got the switch on. Dreamers nice and spaced out, but they'll slow it up. Interesting defense as Boyd takes the contact and can't get the follow-up. Third and fourth try finally goes down to number 42. So we have Georgie B, we have Julian B, we have Big B and Brandon Gilbeck. So what is Chris McCullough's nickname is Briss, so that's Chris P. Chris P. No, we'll work on that. Junior Hall running low on time, spinning baseline. Made it more difficult. Boyd to Walko in the corner. Chen, Jason, and Kenny Chen. The 5 for the Dreamers as Walko finds a crease and scores. To Prince in the left corner, he buries it. Finally stopping the run of the Dreamers. Walko couldn't get to the spin move, and they missed Kenny in the right corner. Jason to Walko on the left side, too strong. Foul on the rebound as Chen had the advantageous position. Understandably, Walko looking a little gassed out there. He'll head to the bench. Previously, a nice spin move on Evan. Round one and around a second to score that one, so taking a little bit out of the fuel tank. Well, fresh in the game. Thought it was his inbound. Horn set. On the handoff, they have Luquan down on the block. But a fumble dribble, it's going to be a turnover for Evan. The Lioneers' 14th turnover, so compared to the Dreamers, really under control. Illegal screen as Prince was played out on the floor. Another look. Well, I will also say that he did not play that very cleanly himself. He had both hands on Kenny Chen. Of course, you can always say the bigger push and the secondary action is what really gets called often. So let Oscar go. He takes the 10th footer, yes. Lioneers back up on top. It's been a minute since we've said Oscar in the scoring column as they double Boyd. Can't find the open until Kenny Chen will try from deep, but bricks it. Oscar, fancy clutching layup, yes. 2 straight buckets for Mr. Gao. Aiden tries a tough turnaround jump shot. Nicky left wide open for deep. Oh, look that time. Splash from Chen on the left side as tied up once again at 94. It's turning into a really close battle here between these two teams. Last season, the Lioneers against the Dreamers. Pull that data up. There's a continuation and Oscar with another basket. Last year, the Dreamers had the edge in the season series, 5 wins to 3. Get another look at Oscar. Shot fake, taking the contact, and with his left hand, he is a natural lefty. Putting it up and in. Really has that great touch, no matter from half court or after the and one. So even the slightly taller, slightly stronger Lu Guanliang was no match. Both of those players from Songsan High School. And after the early run by the Dreamers, got him back in the game as the Lioneers have played strong behind their captain, number 4, Gao Guohao. The Lioneers took a 28-16 a quarter score in the third. Kind of been a flip script in the fourth quarter, 24-14 for the Dreamers, but in the end, it's a 2-point difference with less than 3 minutes to go. Oscar, a team leading 19 points, just one away from the top scorer of the game in the Dreamers, Georgi Bezjanishvili. Still working on it. Bezjanishvili. Oscar's free throw, bounces in. Now the Lioneers kind of showing off a little bit of pressure, but it's interrupted by the Dreamers getting a substitution in. Walko for Ryan, Lu Guanliang. Our league had quite a few Ryans at some point. Still, we have Ryan Marchand, head coach of the new Taipei Kings, but we previously had other players. There's Boyd, driving kick to Hayden on the left side. He cleans up the net. force that one out. Seems like our first game has had a good, exciting stretch for the broadcaster to work on his game. Evan on Walco, kick out to Prince, sidestepper, kind of lost his footing, reloads, and it's short. Leaking up ahead, Chen with a finger roll, got it. It was a little bit dicey there. Good balance as a nice finish by Hsinchu. Up close, and it is our insert number here, tie of the game. Of a dicey pass as Walco floated up and it rattles in. Lioneers defense kind of got soft there. They don't call a double as the ball got away from Oscar. Split him out wide and he takes the D3. It's going to bounce and hit the shot clock support. Last year in the preseason, we saw 43.5% field goal percentage. Dreamers are patient with it until Walco steps into one. Couple of Dreamers come over and poke the pass away, and the Lioneers electing to take the foul. I think that'll send the Dreamers to the line. They didn't have to foul there, but you can kind of see on the faces of the Lioneers, they are getting quite fatigued. A lot of pressure on him, hands it off. Hayden with a crease, with a right-handed finger roll. And that makes it a 4-point Dreamers lead, forcing the Lioneers to call timeout. And of course, obviously without the import, you're losing size and some shot making, some defensive abilities, but one other thing is the Lioneers are short 3 rotation guys. So the fatigue is certainly setting in as opposed to the Dreamers who stayed a lot more fresh. Look at Hayden starting his steps from the free throw line, and quite a distance to go, but again, no rim protection for the Lioneers on the back line. They in fact don't have any blocks on the game.
Make him drive, make him drive.
The Dreamers only have 2 between Boyd, who had that big one off the backboard, and McCullough. The highest scoring quarter of this game was the Lioneers in the first with 36, and the Dreamers in the fourth have 33. Kind of boosts into this lead. But about 33 seconds. To finish this one off. The Lioneers in the second half, 8 for 21 3-point shooting, not bad, but only 1 for 10 in the fourth quarter. They had up a down screen. Prince wants to change that up, but it rolls off. Now time's running down. Oscar takes the foul against Boyd. And now we're going to play the time and possession game after that miss. Prince will head to the bench. They created a great look for him, just a little off, and Oscar will come off too, so presumably done for the game unless something crazy happens as Boyd switches the first. And a second. To Jiang Guangqian, he puts it up off the side of the backboard, and at less than 10 seconds left, the Dreamers will just dribble out the clock. So it was a good game. Both teams going on their runs, trying things out, and their head coaches will shake hands for the first time. As the game one of the 23-24 preseason is in the books. There you see the final score, 105-99 for the Formosa Dreamers against the Hsinchu Lioneers. Don't forget, coming up at an estimated 5 p.m. will be the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers, the hosts, against the Taipei Fubon Braves. On behalf of the 6 teams in the Plus League and our league office, I'm Ryan Chen, and thanks for watching this one. We'll see you in the next one.
Hello. I'm exhausted. First game in almost a year and a half. For me, especially at the beginning, the big focus was just to try to run my hardest and get my legs under me. And then as the game, got on, I got more and more comfortable. And I was just excited to be able to show everybody what I could do again. So, I'm super excited to be back out here. I can't tell you how long, I've been waiting for this. So I'm just super happy to be here with my guys. For Dreamers fans, I just want you to know that, I'm back. I'm playing with the same, energy and passion that, I've been playing. And, if anything about my game is off, one thing that you could always rely on is that I'm always going to hustle. I'm always going to play hard. And I'm just excited to, be able to play hard for all these fans again that have supported me all throughout, my journey back here. So that's what I want to say to them. No problem. Thank you. You have a good day.
I get it.